In this lecture, we shall try out some Docker commands by actually executing them and discuss the results. So these commands will be proving important in the forthcoming lectures when we do make the images and then containerize by running those images. So let's flip over to Visual Studio. Now, for me to show you how to execute and where to execute the command, the first thing is I have started the Visual Studio without any code, so that's not a problem. So I will just show you all the commands except two of them, which will be relating to basically building the images and creating and running the containers, which I will keep for a later lecture. So first of all, one of the commands is every time that you write a command, you have to prefix with the Docker command, because this is impending upon the running of a Docker Windows desktop application. So that will be always running in the background. And the first command that I will write to show you is Docker twice, so Docker ps. It will list me all the images. This will give the image list. So version image, container ID image, which command was creating it, created how many hours ago, and status up. Okay, so it's running on this port, so it's still running. Okay, and if I execute a command docker ps -a, that will give me the status of all the running as well as exited Docker containers, right? Which were actually stopped. But however, at the moment I have only this one container, so I cannot show you the exited containers, but you can try out later in your projects when you create those Docker images and containers in the later chapters. All right, and then I can issue another command, docker container ls and docker container ls -a. So it is the same as docker ps. It will give you the list of Docker containers, and if you prepend docker container ls with a, switch a, it will be giving all the Docker containers, whether exited or created. But as I said that I have only one container, so it is listing only the one container. Right, and there is another docker stop command. So docker stop. Now if I wish to stop this container, I have to feed its container ID. So I can just code the first three characters of this entire container ID. So docker stop, let's write D85. So the container is stopped. Now if you see the docker ps docker container ls a, which is the same as docker ps a, it will give me the exited. So you can see that it was exited. Earlier it was showing up 5 hours back. Now it has exited just 15 seconds ago, which is when I stop this container. Right, and then there is a remove command, rm command, which removes the stopped container or exited container. So docker rm, and then this was D85, right? So remove D85. So it will be removing that container, you can just check the Docker container ls all or ls or Docker container or Docker ps will give you the same result. Docker ps, because you don't have any command, any container. So there is a Docker image prune which actually removes all the dangling images. So let's start with first listing the Docker image. So let's list all the Docker images. So Docker images or Docker image or the Docker image ls, Docker image ls. So these are all the images. You can see repository means all the images, and this is the, these are tagged, and this is the image ID, created, and size. Okay, and if you give Docker image ls with the switch a all, this is going to actually give all the other images, including all these, and these images were created, but they don't contain anything. So Docker image ls a switch after ls indicates that all the containers that included created and exited ones. Okay, now then there is a command Docker image prune. So Docker image prune. Now this command, let's see what this say. This will remove all dangling images. So what are dangling images? A dangling image just means that you have created the new build of the image. So you've already have an image, but you have created the new build, but it wasn't given a new name. That is the dangling image. So the old image that you have becomes the dangling image. Those old images are the ones that are untagged and displays none. Okay, so like these are the dangling images. So if I click yes, no worries, if I click yes, so it has deleted all these images, right? Then there is a Docker image prune with the switch A. Let's see what this does. This will remove all images without at least one container associated with them. So if you click yes, so it will remove all the images which don't have at least one container. So this has deleted so many number of images. Okay, these are the deleted images. And then you have got, now you can, if you just bring your cursor here, by up and down arrow key on the keyboard, you can just bring all the commands that you have already issued, so that you don't have to repeat them, write them. So now if you click Docker ps, it will give you all the container and then Docker images. Let's see, Docker image. So I don't have any image at all. Docker image ls -a. So my repository is empty basically. Okay, no issues. So anytime when we are going to build those images and then successfully run the images to create the container, it will be rebuilt. So in this lecture, we have actually seen some Docker commands in action, which will prove handy in future. And we have left two of the important commands, Docker build and Docker run, for the lectures on containerization of server app and WASM app. Thank you.